Guys, I'm back at you with another Q&A. I think you're going to dig this one. Adjust this badass camera. Check it out. Good morning, Zach. My name is Anthony, and I've been a part of your email list and follow your site for a long time now. I first learned about you when my buddy and I were stationed in Korea for a joint mission exercise, and we were looking for a better way to train. He and I are quote-unquote brothers to the core for sure, and he said we were similar in many ways, especially in the realm of living the way of the warrior. So, to keep things short, as I'm sure you are very busy, I'm going to present to you my current situation. I'm dropping out of school for a bit to continue and pursue the warrior's journey. And I would appreciate your thoughts and insight of this if you have the time to spare them. Thank you and keep up the great work. Anthony. Anthony, I love this question. And I'd also like to say I love the way you phrased the question. You said good morning. You used my name. You said thank you. You said I appreciate your thoughts if you have the time. You said thank you again. Most people send these rude emails. They don't mention name. They don't say thank you. They don't even type their name. Like they're too fucking lazy. Your email shows me that you will be a success. Dropping out of school maybe years ago was seen as taboo and something totally crazy. But it seems like or sounds like you're a single guy. You have nothing holding you in place where you're married or you have kids and you'll be leaving people behind. It sounds like you could go out and do some amazing things. And the fact that you're asking me about this means you're waiting for one person to simply give you the permission to tell you it's okay to go out there and explore. I'm going to tell you a real cool story. 2 years ago, had a guy that came to my certification when I was out in Austin. Awesome kid, young guy, kicked ass during the certification. His goal was to be a strength coach, but something hit him. He did a little bit of traveling, a short travel. He was located somewhere in Texas, and he did a little bit of travel into Colorado. And then he found that he was holding himself down with quote-unquote stuff. He got rid of everything that he owned and bought a used RV. He went into the RV and fixed it all up, made it nice, and then he started traveling around the country. He started doing work with a contractor out in New Mexico, working out in Colorado. He began fasting, meditating. He stopped going to the gym and did only bodyweight exercises. He went on this warrior's journey, on a soul-searching mission, if you will, to find himself. And he said never has he been happier. I'll have to dig up some of it. If you go to undergroundstrengthcoach.com, he was posting regular updates. And I actually shared part of it on undergroundstrength.tv blog. His name is Logan. He doesn't post too much in there anymore. And when I think of these things are not possible. They say it is, but it's so fucking hard for somebody like myself who's married with 2 kids, running 2 gyms, to just get into an RV and explore the world or explore just the country itself, which I recommend all young guys do if you're mentally tough and willing to do work. Meaning, if you're going to be doing all this traveling, then you're going to have to find a way to build and sustain some sort of an income. So you're going to have to take odd jobs, very likely manual labor jobs, to make some money. You're going to have to blog and do things that allow you to make some money on the internet so you're able to make money while you're traveling. So do I encourage you to do this trip, the way of the warrior? I absolutely encourage you to do it. This kid, Logan, in his early 20s, is doing it all on his own. I'm going to highly recommend that you find a way to do this. You could do it with a friend, or you could do it all on your own. If you do this with a friend, I want you to make sure that that friend is not somebody who's a chicken shit that's going to hold you back and start, making you doubt everything. This sounds like it's the fucking experience of a lifetime. And when you're young and you don't have stuff that's keeping you in one place, I say go for it. So without a doubt, do the warrior's journey. And when you're doing it, I highly recommend that you blog every day, even if it's on a free blog like a WordPress blog or a blog spot. Start writing your own book of life and inspire other young people, young men and women around the world to do this traveling. I think it's a little bit safer, obviously, for young men to travel alone. And I would recommend that you write about it. Writing daily, not just reading daily, is a powerful activity. It allows you to get your thoughts out onto paper or out onto a computer, which is powerful because it allows you to think about what you're doing in a little bit of a deeper manner than if it's just jumbled up in your brain. So take the warrior's journey. Travel around the country, travel around the world, do whatever it is you can do. That way, when you look back at your life, you don't say, I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can look back proud of your life, knowing that you dared something worthy, that you dared to achieve greatness, that you're out there exploring like Shackleton, doing dangerous things, doing inspiring things, because our place on earth is never guaranteed for the next day. And death is actually something I think about often. It scares me. Why? Because I'm having a fucking great time living. So at this young age, go for it. I'm going to tell you something I regret before I close this out. When I was in my early 20s, it was the end of my second year teaching, maybe the end of my first year teaching. I always wanted to move to California. I had been reading about bodybuilders in California since age 13, age 12. Everything I read about Arnold Schwarzenegger, about him going to California and, changing his life. So I took 2 weeks, and I think I was 22 years old, maybe 23. And I spent, I think I was 22, it was end of the first year of my teaching, and stayed at a friend of my brother's house. They were friends from the Israeli army. He let me stay at his place for 2 weeks, and I explored. I was going to Santa Monica on an almost daily basis. My cousin at the time was living in Topanga Canyon, and she had taken me to places and introduced me to people, and I loved it. And somebody offered me a job. Somebody offered me an opportunity to work, and he said, just tell your parents to send you some socks and underwear, and I'll have your job here. And I remember saying, I can't. I've got to go back to that teaching job. I've got the health insurance, and I was so set. People were telling me how amazing it is for me to be this young kid, to have a job with a college degree and a job that so many people would want. And I was afraid to lose that. And now I could always look back and regret it. And I talk about often the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. The pain of regret will haunt you for a lifetime, but the pain of discipline goes away when you taste that success. So right now you need to be disciplined in your mind and not allow distraction to hold you back from this. The teaching job, whatever job, those are all available when you're done traveling the world. And right now you're going to learn to be self-sufficient, to be an explorer, to be an adventurer, to learn to work remotely. And of course, when I traveled, this was 1998, 1999. There was really nobody on the internet talking about how to work remotely. There was no Tim Ferriss talking about a 4-hour work week or learning to work from your computer. Today, the knowledge is there. Adventure awaits you. Go for it. Be a fucking warrior. Undergroundstrength.tv. Click the links below and share this video with anybody that you believe needs to go on a warrior's journey. Peace.